Hi, it's Rebecca Trevelise with Music Game Club, and I wanted to share 3 ways that I have found you can motivate students with games. So, the first thing that I just started doing this past year is when I onboard a new student, I actually issue them their own copy of one of our games. So typically, if it's a younger student, I will make a copy of Keyboard Kittens for them. And that's what they get when they are onboarding. They get their method books, they get their music theory workbooks, they get their other books and binders and some other supplemental stuff that we provide for them. And this time of year, they also get a Christmas book. But they do get a game just to start with that's theirs that they can keep at home that they can play with their family. And I found that that's really exciting for a student because they'll play the game in the very first lesson with their teacher. And then they know how to play it from the very first lesson. And then they can go home and teach their parents, to play with their siblings. And that's been a really fun way to introduce how we use games in our studio. Another thing that actually was prompted by a parent in the past, I've been doing this for years, is when a student really, really loves a game and wants to take it home, then basically they check out the game, kind of like at the library, they can check out books, well, they can check out games. And that's been really successful because that shows the student really does enjoy the game and they want to play at home. They want to kind of share their knowledge, and just those competitive students, that's one way that they can help with their practice time. And I always say, playing a music theory game, whether it's a digital game or one of our printable games, that counts towards your music practice, your piano practice time. So the last way that I have that could motivate students that I'm going to start doing this year is, well, for 2025, I'm going to have probably monthly music theory game days, like music game club days, where anybody in our studio can come to the studio. So if they're a private lesson or if they're a group class student, they can come for a couple hours to the studio, and we'll have several different games set up at stations that students can play together. And we've got 2 big screen TVs that we will share the boom card decks. So we'll have 2 digital stations and probably 3 printable game stations. So we'll have five games going at a time. And in 2 hours, students should be able to rotate and get all 5 games done. So I'll post on social media how that works for me, but those are kind of the 3 ways where students will just get their hands on games and be practicing and reviewing those music theory concepts over and over, even during the week when you're not seeing them.